South of downtown Buffalo at Highmark Stadium in Orchard Park. Tonight we kick off week 3 with a great Thursday night matchup, as it'll be the Miami Dolphins taking on the Buffalo Bills.
Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
Just about set for a start. Happy to have you with us, and we are underway here on Thursday Night Prime Time. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. Now a first carry for the brother of Dalvin. It's James Cook. Able to break through that initial contact and winds up getting about 3 there. It's second down. You talk about this Miami defense. They were strong last week, CD, and that went over New England.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw. They ended up getting 4 sacks in the game, stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire time, made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield.
And that's what they told us this week, that pressure on the QB is key. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo first down.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes. That's going to be a first down. Well done. A good pickup there, 22. So now first and 10 as they crossed into Miami territory at the 30-yard line. Allen off the play fake. Going right back to Knox, and again a completion. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Boy, no problems getting down the field here on this opening drive. They've looked really sharp in the early going, and they've come up with some big plays already. Here's another that's going to set up first and goal.
And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Now this time, Allen will throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. So no gain on the play. And now we've got a 3rd and goal situation. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Completes to Shakir once again. A great job to hold him to just a yard there. Now it's 4th and goal.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. And the tight end goes in motion left. On the ground, this is Devon Achane. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. When you look at this Buffalo defense, They're a top 5 unit right now against the pass in the league. In fact, they sit at number 5.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
2nd and 9. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And Hill is going to have a Dolphins first down as he'll get this up past the 45. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. From the gun, it's Tua. They'll swing this out wide. Here's Achane. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it's 2nd down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for? Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
The Dolphin passing game rolling here. They've got another first down.
Go ahead.
Out of the gun, here's a give to Achane. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
But they're certainly not neglecting their run duties as well as they ate up the blockers in front and allowed the secondary to get home.
Now it's 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
That's a nice job of working his way open down in the red zone. Looked that one in and then made a beeline for the pylon. He didn't quite get there, and you want to give him a little extra for the effort, but instead he sets his guys up in excellent shape with a 1st and goal.
Achane trying to get to the goal line, but he's going to be stopped just short at the 1. Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal.
I don't know about you, Brandon, but I often think to myself, in these situations, I want a back who can create his own space, who can break tackles, and in a sense, become his own blocker. We don't have that guy in the game right now.
Nothing after 1 on EA Sports. It's Dolphins football here as we begin the 2nd quarter. As they come up now, 2nd and goal. Madison will score. Touchdown, Miami. Well, nothing fancy there, Charles. You had 3 tight ends on the field. They were going to run the football. The defense knew it, but the defense couldn't stop them.
And I haven't met an offensive line yet that doesn't get more satisfaction out of running the football into the end zone than pass protecting. They had determination on their side, and they got it done.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes it a 7-3 lead.
Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
Winless to start the year at 0-2, and now they get the Thursday night game here in Week 3. So, I don't know, does the fact that they're back out so quickly, Charles, help or hurt their cause?
Oh, I say unequivocally help, because you always want the Thursday game earlier in the schedule rather than later, just because the grind of the season hasn't really set in yet. But also, if they can get a win here, they get a mini open week, recharge a little bit, and carry some fresh momentum into the rest of the season.
Second and 10. To the air, Allen. This one complete to Coleman. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left. He tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
Allen going to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense that's certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Dolphins' drive will start deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They're riding a 2-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay on a roll given the quick turnaround?
Well, you would think it'd be pretty easy because everyone's locked in practice and meetings because everyone feels good about themselves. And for coaches, this is where they have to tell themselves, don't add too much, don't worry about game plans as much as players. So look at your play sheet and think, give it to the guys who play best, and don't worry about the rest of it.
Here's 2nd and 10. Running from the shotgun with Madison. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
Third down and 1. They'll run for it with Achane. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And in the next breath, they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. And they'll send the tight end in motion left. Now Tua. He'll dump this off to Achane. Down the right sideline. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Boy, he ran free there after the catch as that winds up going for 38. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 37-yard line. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. That's Waddle. He's got the catch on the out route. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. That'll give him 8 that time. And it'll be 2nd and a couple.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2. 44. Ready.
Tua sets up to pass it. Throw caught by Achane. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They
They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Throw left side, taken in by Hill. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The Dolphin passing game rolling here. They've got another first down.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. They'll go Madison up the middle. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Some good strong running right there. Some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
Second and 1 from the 2. Going to run with Madison again. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
On 3rd down, Achane. And he is in. Touchdown, Miami. Devon Achane, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And they are able to add on to their advantage. So, partner, it was a passing game that drove them down the field, but when they get close, they trust that man in the backfield, and he took them home.
And they trust their offensive line as well, because so many of these units, they specialize in either pass protection or run blocking. This group shows its versatility and gets both done on this drive.
And oh, it's wide right. No good.
Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. On play action, Allen. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Cook. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. To throw, it's Allen. Now he fires deep for Shakir. Touchdown, Bills! Khalil Shakir, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bills are back within a score. And that time, he came out of the slot for that big play downfield for the score.
I think what we just saw there, partner, was what we call scheming a guy open. Put him in the slot, know that he has tremendous speed. What you're doing with your other receivers is likely running shorter routes to draw the attention closer to the line of scrimmage, to give him a chance to get downfield and turn it into a one-on-one route. Often against the safety, you like your odds when he's running against the safety. His speed usually wins, and it did on that play.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. They're starting to pull away with this one. Early on that first quarter, they didn't look so great offensively. What has changed?
Sometimes it's just a matter of doing what you plan to do better. Sometimes you just put that all together and you execute. Other times it's just a simple adjustment in your game plan, finding a spot that maybe was a little weaker than maybe you thought, and going to that. So many different things, so many different ways, but right now, you got to like what they're doing. They have put distance between themselves and their opponent.
Looking to add on here in the second quarter. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. That one, a first down pickup of 8. From midfield, here's Tua. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. From the 44 now, here's 2nd and 4. Here's Tua. Well, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. And the Bills are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
Andy, you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
At the 41-yard line.
2nd and 5. Here's Allen to throw it. Oh, pitch and catch to the tight end, Knox. It'll be a gain of 5. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. Here comes 3rd and the length of the football. Allen. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. They give him 7 yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on 3rd down.
46-yard line.
Allen now looks to throw. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
One thing you always worry about when he breaks the pocket is he going to take off with it? That time, the pressure was starting to close in, and he's just got to throw this one away.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds.
Well, it hasn't been a banner first half for the defense trying to cover him today, but they'll take that one right there, helping force that incompletion.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Here's Allen. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. And the Dolphins are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess that allows for extra yardage on the return.
So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. takes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. On play action, here's Tua. He'll let this go deep for Waddle. And this will be caught at the 30. It's a big play there for Miami. And even 50 yards.
It doesn't look like this defense found the magic elixir at halftime. This offense was rolling in the first half, and that's continued here in the third quarter. Another big play right there.
So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Now we give to Madison. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
This is 2nd and 8. They fake the handoff. Now Tua. They'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a 1st.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
Hill going to go in motion right. Tua going to tap this forward on the jet sweep. A great read by the secondary. They come up to stop that touch pass before it can even get back to the line. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal. Off of play action, Tagovailoa steps away. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Tua Tagovailoa, his 1st touchdown of the new season. And the Dolphins take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Sanders now to add the extra point. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go.
Dolphins 20, Bills 10. Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here.
35-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
Well, this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. Now Allen. He'll air this one toward Coleman. Gets it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Well, when the running game's not working, sometimes you just got to take a few more chances down the field. That's a good effort, but it winds up incomplete.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Now Allen. Looking on the out route, he finds Shakir. They'll get 15, but that won't be nearly enough. It's fourth down.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. And they call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And it'll be Dolphin football. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49.
The Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Looking to pass. Tua. That one complete to Hill. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. It's a gain of 34.
Another big play right there, and this is where, as an offense, you can really put the hammer down. You've got a double-digit lead, but those other guys, they've been hanging around. A touchdown here could put this game out of reach, and that's a strong step towards getting it done.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Will find his tight end. That's Waller. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that's going to bring up second down.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it first and goal.
Fourth quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Primetime.
You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Buffalo. It's Dolphin football. It's also Dolphin lead to begin quarter number 4. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is first and goal. Achane is not going to get in. In fact, he'll lose a couple of yards back to the 3. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. Tua going to throw. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Jalen Waddle, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Dolphins are closing in on a 3rd straight victory to start the campaign. Sanders on for the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17.
Sanders to kick off for Miami.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. Ball is complete downfield to Knox. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. It's a gain of 35.
Despite writing it down in my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
Escaping the pressure right. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a 1st down. From the gun, it's Allen. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Jalen Phillips, the former 1st-rounder, getting in there for the sack. So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal? Setting up the screen for Cook. And he's taken down at the 7th after a gain of 7.
I wonder what was going through his mind when he got the play call. He just got sacked on the previous play. He knows they're coming after him again. A little bit of guts to stand in there, take the hit, and successfully complete the screen pass. Really well done.
They're able to hold him to 3 there, and that leads to a 4th and goal.
Completed pass brings up a 4th down situation. Do you play analytics on this one? Well, you know, what do your analytics tell you about going for it here? I wonder what they would say.
They tell me you're down by this margin, 4th quarter, you're going. Steps away to his left. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Josh Allen with career touchdown number 70. And the Bills have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. An extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And able to get this out to the 25. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
And looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball.
And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. They bring the safety on the blitz, and he busts through to drop him for an 8-yard loss.
How about that? Well, the so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was a strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
Throwing on second and long. Tua. Open man is Hill. He's got it. And just shutting him off there.
Still going.
And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 64 yards.
And the Dolphins are closing in on a third straight win as they widen the gap further here in the fourth quarter.
Now it's looking incredibly likely to be a 3-0 start to this season. That is obviously excellent. 2-0 is one thing. 3-0, you really have some momentum.
And now they're serving notice to the rest of the league that they're a pretty darn good football team. Confident, aggressive, attacking at all times. This looks like a team that you're going to have to deal with. And guess what? Behind closed doors, they're trying to figure out ways to get better.
Jason Sanders can kick off.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Throwing now is Allen. Being chased out left. He shakes it off. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
Well, partner, you and I will be headed to the airport, but after this game, when it's interview time, someone's going to ask this quarterback what hurt worse, the interceptions or the sacks. His whole day, it's been rough. Barring a miraculous comeback, this offense isn't going to win this game, but he's probably going to say what hurt most.
And that's caught at the 25. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. To the right side, and he's got more complete. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. That one goes for 24 yards.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
He kept it in his hands and tried to push it across the goal line himself, but the defensive front wouldn't allow him to do so, bringing up 2nd down and a bit farther.
And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Josh Allen, his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 9 on the season. And the Bills get a bit closer.
An extra point by Bass, up and good.
And the lead is trimmed down to 10.
touchdown. Bass to kick it away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the fourth quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So for the Dolphins, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for the Bills, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they'll get a chance